From the late 1940s, designers from various aviation companies worked on creating new aircraft capable of vertical takeoff and landing. One alternative to existing helicopters was tiltrotor aircraft with rotating lift rotors, including machines with adjustable rotor shaft positions. The first experimental American tiltrotor, the Transcendental Model 1G, was the first of its kind to undergo testing. The history of the Model 1G project began in 1947 with the founding of the Transcendental Aircraft Company in Newcastle, Delaware, by engineers Mario A. Guerrieri and Bob Lichten, who previously worked at Kellett Aircraft. They had begun studying advanced aircraft designs with improved takeoff and landing characteristics 2 years earlier. Unable to realize their ideas at Kellett, they founded their own company to continue the project. The Model 1G was designed with a tiltshaft concept, featuring large lift rotors that could change position by tilting their drive shafts. The aircraft was all metal with a relatively large wingspan and rotor gondolas at the wingtips. It was powered by a single piston engine and a complex transmission system. The project faced challenges, particularly in developing the transmission. The Model 1G was intended as a technology demonstrator, so some practical requirements were not applicable. However, most of the aircraft's components had to be designed from scratch. The fuselage housed the main components, including the cockpit and fuel tank. The aircraft had a 3-wheeled landing gear and a large vertical stabilizer with a rudder. The first free flight of the Model 1G occurred on December 13, 1954. It performed several maneuvers and landed successfully. Over the following months, the aircraft underwent various flight tests, including transitions between vertical and horizontal flight modes. By April 1955, the rotors could tilt up to 70 degrees, achieving speeds up to 250 kilometers per hour. On July 20, 1955, the Model 1G was lost during a test flight due to a mechanical failure in the rotor pitch control system. The pilot managed to avoid crashing into the Delaware River, but could not prevent the aircraft from flipping over upon landing. The pilot suffered minor injuries, but the prototype was beyond repair. A second prototype, the Model 2, was built in 1956 with increased size and a more powerful engine. However, the project was eventually canceled due to the success of a competing design, the Bell XV-3, which showed better performance and was chosen by the Pentagon for further development. The Transcendental Aircraft Company, despite its innovative work, faced financial difficulties and was later sold to Republic Aviation. The Model 1G and Model 2 projects were discontinued, but the company left a notable mark in aviation history by being the first to test a tiltrotor aircraft.